Hey, this is PAC Week 5 with Wolf from the future. We're playing against GoldoaDragon and his New York Empoleons. And yeah, there is no team builder and stuff because, well... Okay, let's start from the beginning. Things failed, there is no in-game audio and there is no me talking audio. So yeah, that is bad. But I mean, I'm re-commentating it right now, or like not re-comment. Well, I'm just gonna talk about the game and I'll use the time that I have. And I thought like, okay, I might as well just talk about my sets a bit when they are on screen, because well, I don't have anything better to do anyways whilst I'm commentating this. Well, I mean, I kinda do, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, the general idea of the team is chip things down so we can win with setup Mew in the end. That's a kinda simple idea. The Mew is a Berry to not get bopped by Aegislash too hard, especially not by +2 Shadow Sneak. So we can kinda set up against it, let's say it like this. We are Nasty Plot with Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave kills the Lycanroc and the Urshifu at +2. It does like 85%-ish to a no special defense Urshifu, or like 90. And at +4 we should always kill Urshifu that's like not mixed with F or something. And yeah, the idea is chip down things with Tita Sandstorm. We have eject button on the Tita. The idea was originally to lead the Tita, switch the Tita out into something, and then later on switch the Tita in on something, get momentum via eject button, and get Sandstorm chip again. But then on turn 1, as things happen, I 1 threw out the plan entirely, and 2 kinda had a brain lag and was like, yeah, I can just attack against this Feeny because it's gonna switch out, because for a moment I was like, yeah, I'm red card obviously and not eject button. So I'm thinking like, okay, do I wanna attack this? Do I just wanna set Stealth Rocks? This is gonna attack me, it's gonna deal a lot of damage, but I am a bulky Tita. I can take a hit and I will just Stealth Rock as they switch out via red card, but yeah, that's not happening because I am eject button. And I see this thing is like super specs, because Tita is 1 max speed F and 2 generally ultra bulky, and Tita and Sandstorm over 50% Feeny, you are ultra specs. Then I look at my team and notice, oh, my specs Feeny switch-ins, they are there? Yeah, they are not there. I don't have any. Like literally any. Does over 50% to everything, and other than like the Darm. So I'm like, okay, I go Darm. Yeah, it resists everything I do, but I am banded Darm. I still deal like 60-70%, and I am fine trading my Darm for that. Because chip on the Feeny is important because it's super bulky against my Nasty Plot Mew. And the only switch in they have into my Flare Blitz is Rotom Heat, and even that takes like 60% from banded Flare Blitz, or well, it depends on the set, but like a lot of damage. Max HP Rotom gets 2-hit KO'd by it. So I'm like, okay, I can trade Darm for some damage here. Like I can Flare Blitz this, it will maybe switch out, I don't know, but I can just deal a lot of damage. Like in game I wasn't so snappy with that decision. I was very uncertain. I didn't really know what to do against the Feeny, but then yeah, I decided to just Flare Blitz it, deal a lot of damage. And yeah, deal my 60-70%. They Moonblast me, does a lot of damage, but I do survive. I'm like, okay, how important is Darm? Because yeah, I could switch out here, because I think that they will switch into Rotom Heat, but I am not certain about this one. I'm like, okay, if I switch out and they are like, yeah, I'm just gonna sack Feeny, la, then yeah, what do I switch into? And 2, it just gets bopped. It doesn't matter what I switch into. I would need to like sack Tita at that point, but I don't want to do that because I want to have the Sandstorm up for a while. Then I misclick on the surrender button, because yeah, that's the right case of action here. Definitely. But yeah, I am very uncertain, and then I decide, yeah, I can't switch anything into Feeny. I will just either kill the Feeny or deal some damage to Rotom Heat. And there's the Rotom Heat. I Flare Blitz it, and I kill myself with Flare Blitz. But as you can see, that's like 75% on the Rotom Heat. So Darm did its job. Even for, yeah, it only Flare Blitzed into 2 resists. It did like 70% each, so yeah. Then I didn't really want to go into Tita because the Sandstorm is still up, but I didn't feel like I will get a better chance to set up Stealth Rocks. So I just went into Tita and was like, yeah, I'm gonna Stealth Rock you. Definitely. If I get Willowed, I don't care. Like if I'm burned, yeah, my damage output is basically 0, but I'm only here for the Sandstorm anyways. And to set Stealth Rocks, and this is like probably the best chance I will get all game. Especially because my Tita gets so low. But I dodge a Willow, which is very fortunate for me. Because 1, I don't like getting chipped, and 2, I like doing some damage. And the thing is, I remember the end game and the start, but I gotta be honest, I'm kind of blanking on what happened after this till like way in the game. So I'm like an actual spectator. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was not meant. This was not how this was meant. Oh yeah, the Rotom Defox. I don't remember if I was pondering Stealth Rocking again or not. But even if I would have Stealth Rocked again, well, it just Defox next turn. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just take it out and then try to Stealth Rock later, I guess. Don't have Sandstorm, so if Feeny comes in, I'm just bop dead. I mean, even with Sandstorm I would be dead, but at least, yeah. If Feeny comes in, I'll probably switch out, yeah. Because I want to preserve Sandstorm chip. And I'm like, I can sack something else. Okay, what did I... Yeah, okay, I should probably explain the rest of the sets. Now that I'm here. We have Rocky Helmet Quack, just classic Unaware. We have... it has Infestation to chip things down. If like something... if I switch Quack into something, then they switch out. And I get chip on something that is good against the Quack. Yeah. Then I have the very, very classic Scarf Zapdos, which is just a very, very good late game cleaner. And then we have actually screens, Aromatisse, which was meant to set up some screens and maybe a Wish, and then go hard Mew, and then win the game with Nasty Plot, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the plan. That was definitely the plan. Here against the Feeny, I know I can't switch anything in. I mean, everything gets 2-hit KO'd that I switch in, but I don't want to sack Tita. Because I'm like, yes, Tita's only value right now is setting up Sandstorm. I know that. But I think it's still worth it because I need the chip on Urshifu. And yeah, mostly Urshifu. I just need like 1 or 2 rounds of Sandstorm so that I can comfortably 2-hit KO the Urshifu with Vacuum Wave. And it also can't Sucker Punch against that, so that's great. So I'm like, okay, I'm sacking Quack. Deals a lot of damage to me, and then I'm like, okay, Quack maybe still has some value, and I won't get Stealth Rocks up anyways. I will go into T-Tar again just to set up the Sandstorm and sack T-Tar. And then if I can get like Urshifu in on the next few turns, then I still get the chip I need. And even if I don't, I can always hard switch Quack into the Urshifu to get like 1 round of Rocky Helmet chip, and that's enough for a +2 Mew to kill no bulk Urshifu. So yeah, I have only... Well, I have 2 mons that would kill this Feeny from here and would outspeed it, but I mean, I don't want to go into Mew yet because I don't want to take any chip before I can set up, and I just set up the new Sandstorm, so yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going Zapdos, thinking about what I want to do. I can't really U-turn because it may even take a like it probably even takes a U-turn from this range. But yeah, I just want to kill this Feeny. This Feeny is like more than just a problem. This is just ultra annoying. Like ultra annoying. But they of course withdraw the Feeny because they know, yeah, it just kills the Quag. It also kinda destroys the Aromatisse. They go into Aegislash and I Stomping Tantrum it, and I'm like, oh, is this weakness policy? Is this weakness policy? But it's not. The nice thing with Zapdos against Aegislash is that it can't really King Shield on me, because if it King Shields, I go to +1 because of Defiant. So yeah. I was uncertain what I want to do. I didn't want this thing to set up at any cost, so I was like, okay, Zapdos is important, but I always take one. Like I should, like I have enough natural bulk that I should take a 1 into Shadow Sneak, like always. So after a bit of thinking, I'm like, okay, I can stay in, I can Stomping Tantrum again. And I won't KO with the next one, but they shouldn't be able to KO me with like Iron Head into Shadow Sneak either. Like with the Sandstorm chip, it gets quite close. But I was kinda comfortable that I can take one. Or like take 2 in that scenario. But they just SD, so I was very happy I didn't switch. Because if this thing just gets an SD for free, it's a problem. Like yeah, I have a Carsitberry Mew in the back that can just Fire Blast it. But I still don't like that. Like +2 Shadow Sneak still does a lot, even for Carsitberry. But yeah, they just Shadow Sneak my Zapdos. I was confident it won't kill, because how would that ever kill? But it did a lot of damage, so I probably would have died to the combination of Iron Head into Shadow Sneak. Like now, seeing this afterwards. But yeah, I'm locked into Stomping Tantrum. They don't know yet that I'm locked into it. They can, I guess, kinda expect that I would be either Scarf or Band. Like they would know that I am Scarf. But I mean, they just make the safe play. They go into the Lycanroc and just click a Cellurock, because why would they not? And I go into Quag because I just wanna sack Quag at this point. I always just wanna sack it. I'm like, yeah, if it takes 1 hit, then I get 2 Rocky Helmet chips, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. It's fine. Quag, I am sorry that I do this to you like all the time, that I just sack you, but yeah, I'm not feeling the Quag, to be honest. I'm not feeling it. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I sack Quag for some Rocky Helmet chip, it's fine. I don't have any chip on the Urshifu, which is scary. But I mean, I have a whole Aromatisse, which is also Rocky Helmet, so there's still a chance to get chip on the Urshifu, so like, not everything is lost at this point. But yeah, the early game really didn't go the way I planned, or like the way I wanted it to. I can definitely say that. This was not the situation I was envisioning myself being in. Because even now, my Zapdos just dies to a Cellurock. My Aromatisse is full stuff, yeah, but still does not enjoy hits from Lycanroc. And my Mew can't really set up on the Lycanroc well, because, well, it can just crunch me, and yeah, I take 1 crunch. Even a Life Orb crunch, but it does a lot. Like, really a lot. So I don't want to do that. Also, they have the God card in the back. And you will see what I mean with that. You will see. It's great. Sorry for the foreshadowing. But yeah, so I just go into Aromatisse and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to win this at this point, to be honest. It's like, okay, I can screen, I guess. Then I can maybe take 2 and wish up. Or maybe go into Mew at some point. Maybe sack Aromatisse, go into Mew, try to sweep. Something like that, but I didn't really have a great plan. But there's the Noctowl. And this is the scariest creature ever. Like literally the worst thing ever. I'm like, okay, Noctowl, what does it want to do? It didn't. Like, I thought it could come because I have Spectria. Well, in the battle I was so confused why Noctowl came, and I was so confused why I deal like no damage to it. I was so confused, and then after the battle I was like, wait, yeah, I have Spectre on my team, I just didn't bring it. Of course they bring a Svedef normal type. Am I like, what? What am I even doing? Why am I confused about this? Am I just a lost person? Yes, but still. That's a lot of lost for me. So yeah, I was like, maybe this is like double dance, but I mean, then it toxic me, and then I was like, probably it's not double dance. I'm like, okay, if this is like no bulk, or if this is like very speedy, I can kill this up with Moonblast. But then I don't kill this up with Moonblast, and I'm like, is this defensive? And I look at it, I'm like, if this is max Svedef, how do I win the game? How? Because my Mew is special, and yeah, it has nasty plot, but even at +2 I like, yeah, I need +2 to like even reliably break a sub, because this thing has so much Svedef, and I need +4 to even like out damage its roost. So I'm like, okay, is there any way I can get +4, +6 with my Mew? Very hard. I mean, I have the Zapdos, which can, like, not OHKO, but basically kill this thing. But it's just sub-protect, or like, no, sub-roost spamming on me. So if it's behind the sub, I can't really do anything with Zapdos. So I'm like, okay, I switch into Zapdos as your sub. And I hope you go for Hurricane or Toxic. Either one is fine. And I break your sub. And if you miss with Hurricane, then I just kill your Noctowl or force you to switch out. Especially because you do not have Aegislash anymore. So you don't really have the greatest switch in. So I just Brave Bird and hope. I'm like, okay, if they connect with Hurricane, I think I lose anyways, so it's the play I have to make. And they click Hurricane, they connect, Zapdos is dead. And here we are, with Svedef Noctowl against my two special attackers. Which, yeah, one of them has Nasty Plot, but Nasty Plot is not really enough to break it. Like, it is not enough. And I know that it is not enough, but I also know that I don't have a choice. Like, I literally don't have a choice. If I go into Aromatisse, this thing just gonna sub up on me, and then I'm in the same situation with my Mew, just that the Noctowl has a sub. So, yeah. I can't go Aromatisse. I always go Mew, I always try to plot, but at this point I don't think I can win because I just get toxic. So I click my Nasty Plot, and they click Toxic. Wow, how surprising. I know. But I was like, okay, at least they get Toxic as well. With Toxic and me being boosted, I can break the Noctowl. I will get very low very fast because of the Toxic. But there is a chance somehow, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Because if I start attacking now, I deal some damage, but I need another Nasty Plot. Because one, I don't have damage on Urshifu and I can't switch out anymore. So I need a +4 for Urshifu anyways. So I always Nasty Plot here. And two, I probably needed to break the Noctowl anyways. Because yeah, now I break subs, but I still don't break through a Roost sub. Well, I do break through it, like air quotes, but it takes so many turns that the poison just racks up and racks up and racks up. But then they reveal they have Whirlwind. So their set is Toxic, Sub, Whirlwind, Hurricane. They don't even have Roost. And I was omega surprised. Like I was like, okay, that set is genius. How do you bring this? How does it work? I don't know, but crazy. So yeah, at this point I have mentally given up. I was like, okay, if I can like chip it down a bit more, and sack the Aromatisse against it and then go Mew again, and then they can't whirlwind me anymore, so I can nasty plot spam, and maybe there is some world in which that is enough to win the game, but I don't really see it, but maybe, who knows, who knows. So yeah, I mean, like after like the first 2 or 3 turns I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna win this game, but especially now I'm like, okay, I cannot break what they call a Noctowl. And yeah, I can switch into Mew and get some health, like I know there's a Specs Moonblast coming my way, and if I just stay in with Aromatisse, then, well, I just die to it and the wish gets wasted. But if I go into Mew, I take a lot of damage, then I get wished back up, yeah. But then I'm still not in a good situation, so I'm like, do I switch out into Mew, do I not? I'm not sure, both are not a good play, but well, I have to make one of them. Like, it's not like I have a choice. I have to either stay in or switch out. I can't like do nothing. Especially because I didn't play Protect. Because I was like, yeah, I wanna reflect on the Urshifu and not Protect, because it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I switch into Mew, it does like 1 billion damage. I'm like, please don't Spit F drop me. If you Spit F drop me, it's over anyways. And I do not get Spit F dropped, but it did way more damage than I thought. I thought, yeah, it's gonna deal like 60%, 70%. I thought I'm like going net neutral with Wish, but it did a lot more. But I just killed the Feeny because I need to kill the Feeny at some point. It just wrecks Aromatisse, and well, it wrecks me if it gets to attack it the second time, so yeah. And now I'm like, okay, Noctowl is gonna come in, and this time I can go into Aromatisse, and yeah. Does that win me the game? No. But it gives me a chance, because then the Toxic is racking up on the Noctowl does not have Roost. I can maybe stall a few turns with Aromatisse, then Aromatisse drops, then I go Mew, then I click Nasty Plot, and then I hope and pray that that somehow is enough. Because I don't have any chip on the Urshi, and I can't force any chip on the Urshi. But then they go Urshifu. And I'm like, okay. There is a world in which this works. Like, I want to switch into Aromatisse, yeah, for the Rocky Helmet chip, and to reset my Toxic timer. But then afterwards, there is like a single world in which I can win, and that world is an Urshifu that is clicking Sucker Punch / locked into Sucker Punch. And if I go Aromatisse and they Sucker Punch, and if they are locked Sucker Punch, they will just switch out, yeah, into Noctowl, but then I'm in the situation that I thought I will be in anyways. I definitely expected to be against Noctowl, so that wouldn't be like too great of a deal. But yeah, they just Iron Head me, so I know they are not choiced. And they take the Rocky Helmet chip. So I'm like, okay, I can go into Mew now. They Sucker Punched against me the last time. Maybe they don't think about Vacuum Wave. Yeah. And I just Nasty Plot against it. And see if they Sucker Punch. And if they do, I probably Nasty Plot the second time. Just because I am not certain if I will kill with Vacuum Wave, and even if I do kill with Vacuum Wave, it doesn't matter, because I need to kill the Noctowl somehow. Because if the Noctowl just like subs against me once, I probably instantly lose to Toxic and to Accelgors from Lycanroc. I mean, I always lose to Accelgors probably, because Life Orb Accelgors does like 1 billion damage. But here I'm thinking about, will the Sucker Punch again? Is my Vacuum Wave enough to kill? I wasn't certain. I was like, this can easily be some Spit Death, and like my +2 Sucker, my +2 Vacuum Wave is not that powerful, so I Nasty Plot again. And I'm like, okay. In theory, I could have enough turns to win this game if they don't click Accelgors on Lycanroc. I mean, they can always just Accelgors revenge me. I'm like, okay, I click Vacuum Wave, I kill the Urshifu, and then let's see if we can win. But I don't kill the Urshifu. And I am +4 Mew. So what this means is that this is defensive Assault Twist Urshifu. And I'm like, okay, you just got me. Wow, okay. That is not what I expected. Like, yeah, I had Spectre, and I just didn't bring it, but I did not expect AV Urshifu. I thought it would be more likely to just be like, well, Scarf or like Lum. Yeah, like Lumberry Urshifu would have made way more sense to me, or was like what I had on my mind. But it was AV. So it just stalled out another turn of my Mew. And yeah, it wouldn't have mattered because Accelgors kills me anyways, but still. I gotta say, in general, this game, I felt like I was just hugely out-prepped. Like, hugely out-prepped. Also, I'm getting cold. That's not... But yeah, I felt like I was hugely out-prepped because the AV, Urshifu and the Spadef Noctowl, which were most obviously came for Spectre, but I kinda didn't think about Spectre answers, especially because I didn't even bring it, so I just did not think about those things. And I got destroyed by Spadef things. Anyways, GG to Goldoa, and I hope my commentary made at least some sense. Like, I was just mostly rambling about what was happening in the game, because to be honest, I was only half remembering. And yeah, this is like a week after, so yeah. But I still hope you had a good time. I think I just, as I said, got hard out prepped. Also Noctowl, just Noctowl, Bird Diff, all I can say, all Diff. Anyways, yeah, check out all the other coaches and see you next week. Bye. Hopefully live again. Yeah.